Hey friends, it's a beautiful day today and I am excited to take you with me on a little tour of downtown Oak Bluffs. Before we start, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, share it with everyone you know, and leave a little comment. Your support is the only reward I get. So we are going to start here in this little alley that has all kinds of little shops that sells clothing, some decorations, souvenirs, and other stuff. There are also vacation rentals, very cute and colorful and perfectly located just a few steps from the marina and all the restaurants and bars. The marina in Oak Bluffs is the largest one on the island and is a longtime favorite of many boaters and gives great access to the rest of the island. All kinds of boats of all sizes line up this marina facing the restaurants, bars, and shops. This area really has that friendly beach vibe with the boats to look at, the sound and scent of the ocean, the sound of the waves, and on a day like today it's so clear and sunny. But if you don't feel like dining, you can just take a walk around the ramp and relax. You can just dock your boat and go straight to the restaurant and enjoy your day. You also have benches with games anyone can play and beautiful sights of the gingerbread houses that face the marina and lots of people on bikes. So that's the boat we're going to take to Nantucket. It's called the Highline Cruises. So let's just walk up there and just see what it looks like, just to get an idea of what we need to have and how we should be prepared to get to Nantucket. So that's the dockside pier. This is where we're gonna take the Highline Ferry to Nantucket. So the line starts right here and then you go in. We're gonna spend a couple of days in Nantucket just exploring and relaxing. There are so many pretty flowers, so many. Look at this one. And these ones, so pretty. A lot of them have thorns, as you can see. These have thorns, so you have to be very careful. There are a lot of activities for families, couples, and even singles. And to move around the island, they have great and very budget-friendly transportation that quickly takes you to every other town. But if you need your own, they have a few bike and car rentals in the area. So this is the Island Queen Ferry at Oak Bluffs, and that's the ferry we took from Falmouth, Massachusetts to arrive to Martha's Vineyard. Alright guys, so now let me give you a few fun facts I found out about the island. Number one, in spite of the name, there are actually no vineyards on the island. Sorry to disappoint, but the island does not produce wine, but the name is said to be given by Bartholomew Gosnold, a British sailor who named it after his daughter Martha and the vine-like growth that grows along the coast. Number two, the original inhabitants of the island were the members of the Wampanoag Native American tribe, and before Bartholomew Gosnold, the British sailor, came along, they called the island Noepe, which means land between the streams. And at number three, the island is made up of 6 small towns with their own distinctive personalities, charms, and attractions, and all worth visiting. Number 4, the island has around 125 miles of shoreline, and depending on the side of the island you are on, some beaches are great for fishing, some are ideal for surfing because of the stronger waves, and some are calm and perfect for families who want some fun in the sun at the beach. Number 5, 1/3 of the land is protected by various nature protective associations, so you won't see your favorite chains like McDonald's or Starbucks anywhere around, and not even condominiums. So that's why the beaches and hiking trails around here are unspoiled, perfect, beautiful, and probably will remain so for a very, very long time. Number 6, there are about 15,500 locals who live on the island year-round. But in the summer, the island balloons up to 115,000 people visiting for a short stay, and some for a little longer stay if they have their vacation homes here. I'm sure the locals love the company. At number 7, there are 5 historic lighthouses on the island, easily accessible by public transportation, biking, or driving. Number 8, there are exactly 330 gingerbread cottages in Oak Bluffs. Many are open for rentals. And number 9, Presidents seem to love vacationing here. The Obamas are said to have vacation homes here and come very often. And now, last but not least, there are tons more facts, but we don't have the time to cover them all. So at number 10, the United States' oldest still operating carousel is on this island. It's called the Flying Horse Carousel, and we are going to make a stop and get a little ride on this carousel. Alright, so now let me give you a little brief history behind the building of Oak Bluffs and their famous cottages. So in the early years of the island, after its colonization, the first visitors to the area that would be known then as Cottage City and then later Oak Bluffs were the Methodists, who gathered in the oak grove known as Wesleyan Grove each summer for multi-day religious camp meetings held under large tents and in the open air. So in the beginning, lodging was tents pitched on the ground, then on wooden platforms, and eventually moving to wooden cottages that would be closely packed and growing more and more elaborate over time. And with time, they also added porches, balconies, and very charming and detailed doors and window frames, and also complex wooden scroll work was affixed to the roof edges as decorative trim. So the owner of these early cottages, designed in a unique so-called carpenter Gothic architectural style, would use bright multi-hue paint schemes which gave these summer cottages a quaint, almost fairy tale-ish look that you would find in a children's storybook. And they would be dubbed as gingerbread cottages because of this look. In the late 19th century, these gingerbread cottages would become a historical part of the town and a very popular tourist attraction. Now, the man behind designing one of the earliest planned residential communities in the United States was Robert Morris Copeland, who was hired in 1866 by a group of New England developers to build up Oak Bluffs, which at the time was a site with large, rolling, and treeless pasture overlooking the island of Nantucket, and adjacent to the immensely popular Methodist campground, now lined up by a network of picket-fenced gingerbread cottages. So, to take advantage of this popular summer destination, the developers established Oak Bluffs Land and Wharf Company, and Copeland would end up creating plans for the community to accommodate its constant expansion. So many of these gingerbread homes are still family-owned and passed down generation to generation. The cottages and the tabernacle were added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1978. They were also recognized in 2000 by the National Trust for Historic Preservation and declared a National Historic Landmark by the U.S. Department of the Interior in 2005. Alright guys, now that I give you a little bit of information on these cottage homes and how they were started, I advise you to not miss this when you ever visit this area. As I walked around, people were super friendly and would wave and say hi and nicely answer some of our questions. I mean, how can you not be nice and happy living or even just staying in these places? I mean, look at this. I just love this. I could live here for the summer. The winters are really harsh here, I hear. I haven't experienced it, so I don't know. I hope you're paying attention, so let me know in the comments below which of these houses is your favorite. If you noticed, all the homes have very tall, peaked roofs, and the inside of the homes have very small footprint, which supposedly is to mimic the feel of the tents they had replaced. And to a large extent, the developer's goal was to build these cottages quickly, lightly, and inexpensively. Most, if not all, the homes have porches, double doors, and balconies, and this is to give the people passing by a sense of community, belonging, and safety. This is Ocean Park, a perfect spot for picnicking and walking your dog. And if you do, please make sure to bring your doggy bag and pick up your doggy business before you leave. It's very open and perfect for kids to run around, taking pictures and just relaxing. We were hot and tired because this was a very nice hot day and we just walked around so much. So we needed to take a little break and make a stop at an ice cream place to get something sweet. My daughter and I love yogurt places, so we stopped at Rosie's Frozen Yogurt. They have all kinds of flavors and it's all made in-house. So it's very fresh and very tasty, and you can dump as many toppings as you want on it. Now we are going to make a little stop at the oldest working carousel in the United States, called Flying Horses Carousel, which was brought back from Coney Island to Oak Bluffs in 1884. The carousel was built in 1876, and like the grounds and buildings of the campground, this was also designated as a National Historic Landmark by the Secretary of the Interior. So the best and fun thing about this carousel is that it doesn't just go around and around to vaudeville music, but if you are sitting on a horse, there's a little competition going on where you have to pick the rings while going around, and the person who got the most rings gets a prize. It's very unique and very ingenious and so much fun.
I tried to record it, but I couldn't. That one needs to come out.
Alright, my friends, we did a lot of walking, a little bit of talking, lots of sightseeing. So I really hope that you enjoyed discovering and exploring Martha's Vineyard virtually through my eyes. We are going to end the day with a little dip in the water at Oak Bluff Town Beach. So thank you so much for watching until the end, and until next time, please take care.